and been trading these markets for just as long. And we are going to be live streaming today. Been trying to cook lately for sure. I mean, for those of you guys that took my class and are in my server, I've been giving out calls left and right. Hit like 6 bangers over the last couple days, so been good. And in my calls here in Foxian, also been doing pretty well. Been happy with the results so far. We've been killing these markets, guys, for sure. Even though things are very choppy, chop suey city right now with everything. But yeah, that's pretty much a little spiel before I get started. Can you guys see my screen? All right, so looking at BTC here, let's go to the daily chart. So this is how I'm viewing things, guys. Big level to get back above right now is 58,229. Okay, so this is the area of interest that I currently have on my chart. This is where I want to see us hold. I mean, not hold, get back above. So 200 moving average here on the daily. We've got this daily support resistance level where we put in our April lows. So depending on how we close today, we are going to know more info about how things are going to go, in my opinion. So today's daily close will be very important. I want to see us close back above 58,229. We don't close above there, then I will be looking for this zone here. Pretty much between 52, 50K. We barely missed the top of this zone, and that is because in the past here, where we bounced off of on the 4th of July is a very strong SR level, 53,628. This was our low here in October 21. This was our low initially at the end of November. And if I scroll to the left, guess exactly where we bounced off of. So that was an important level. And then looking at things now, you've got a couple scenarios here. Let's take a fib pull from this low to our high. Turn on the golden pocket here. This is how I'd be viewing things. I think you could have a pretty nice long position here. Aim for, let's say, like this swing high about right there. I think this would be a nice swing long opportunity. That's one scenario. I think, honestly, though, guys, the way I'd be looking at this is rather than trying to take a swing like that, I would initially be just looking for an SFP long or something like this instead. I think that's cleaner. Possible SFP long there. And then if that doesn't work out, then I would be looking later at this golden pocket long about right here. SFP means swing failure pattern. If I were to take a short, it would be pretty much like the area of max potential gains for me is coming in about even now. The reason being is where we currently are in terms of price action, guys. This is where you'd expect Bitcoin to reject and continue lower if we are going to do so. So this is the thing. Like, I think here is at a very important level. It's a difficult area to strategize along because you're basically longing resistance now. If you get back above and close back above this support resistance at 58,217, honestly, like if you took the short here and looked for something like this and a closure just back above that level, then I would get out if you close the 4-hour back above. That's like my reasoning there. Okay. So that's pretty much how I'm viewing this market is we close back above these levels and I think we push higher to the upside and the short gets invalidated. So honestly, you could take the short here or you could just wait to see how things play out a little bit. You don't always have to be in a trade. Let's see if we got a little bit of a parallel channel here. You also have a bit of a parallel channel here indeed. So maybe price action needs to come down, hit this heart line, and then get your push. We did already SFP. Well, we actually got close, but we didn't SFP these lows at 30.90. So that'll be an interesting area if we come down, take that liquidity, and then have a push up. That wouldn't surprise me. But the days, we're getting closer and closer to that daily close. And the longer we can't get back above this level, the worse Bitcoin looks. All right. But really, right now, it's not Bitcoin that's strong today. It's altcoins here. So, what I was telling a different group that I was streaming with was something like this. Ethereum is back above a very important SR level. So, anywhere above this 3068 level, Ethereum looks good. So, we got back above that today, closed the 12-hour above it. And so, staying above this level can lead to higher prices. You lose 3066, then I think we could push down. If you got into my Ethereum spot buys here, we're about 7% up. So that looks good. Even after we compounded. So that makes me happy. So we're printing pretty good on those. And honestly, I think I'll probably take my next take profit level here at about 3282 if we get it. What time zone does the day end in? So like for my time zone, it's Central US time. And so right now, daily close happens at 7 o'clock my time. But it really just kind of depends on where you're at. So the thing with like the weird part about how daily closes work is that with crypto, it's a 24/7 market, right? So because we have like daylight savings time and things like that, it's kind of difficult to try to tell people like the exact time daily closes happen because we have daylight savings time, other countries don't, so it just depends. But yeah, anywhere above 3070 looks good on ETH. And then Sol here is looking okay. I do want to see this level at 144 get flipped into support. Go to, let me pull up my normal moving averages here. So Sol is above the 200 moving average and the exponential moving average on the 1 hour. And then let's go to the 15-minute. Right now, it is kind of struggling to hold them on the 15 minutes, so we'll have to see there. I would like to see it get back above these moving averages here if we are to push higher. So, yeah, right now, Sol kind of in a tough position. You are holding this lower time frame uptrend too. So, as long as this holds, I think Sol can just continue up. If it does not hold, if you get a close below it, something like that, I think you can start downtrending. So be careful trying to jump into Sol longs right now. It doesn't look that good to me. All right. And then I had some people ask me about near because I'm in a near long. Looking at near on start at the 12 hour. So 12 hour looks good on near. This is one reason why I took the long. We took the liquidity at these lows, and as long as near is above this 12-hour support resistance zone, I think it could push higher. And on the 1 hour, you have this symmetrical triangle pattern, kind of struggling to get to break out of it because it keeps getting rejected by these 200 moving averages here. So if we get finally back above them, I think we accelerate up to this zone up here. Patience is going to be key here. I think holding this long, I'm still bullish on it. All right. And then let's take a look at Pepe. So Pepe, another one that I'm looking at and I'm interested for a potential long, only if we get a flip of this resistance here though. So I want to see this resistance get flipped on Pepe and then I'll be looking for higher, but not for now. Yeah, we can check OP. OP had a pretty strong push today after that BTC pump. Overall, couple things on OP here. So I don't necessarily like that. Kind of just depends on how you visualize this uptrend. I think that above really like 1.45, OP still looks good. I like that we're reclaiming that now. But in terms of like overall trend, yeah, I mean it doesn't look bad. And not necessarily. I think this still could push up. Still making higher lows on the 12-hour time frame. So I will say it's more difficult to strategize a trade here though. I think you are at resistance right now. Well, you're sitting right above the golden pocket here, this local one. So it's not even a good short right now, in my opinion. I think it probably, if Bitcoin bounces here, you can probably see it come all the way up to 8.68. And even like longing here though, you'd have to have your stops under this wick low. So risk reward isn't great. Higher time frames still look good, and I'm holding an OP spot. Are there any coins you guys want to look at together? Pull up my Foxian list here. We can look at them. USDT dominance. Yeah, let's take a look. So I had this drawn out a couple weeks ago. Bearish scenario still in play for USDT dominance right now. I really, for Bitcoin to start going and to start pushing, I need to see 5.28 lost on at least the 12-hour. So if we can see that get lost on the 12-hour, then I think we could potentially see Bitcoin and crypto get a push up, but not until that gets lost. Yeah, we can take a look at Ton Coin. Ton higher time frame trend. So far, still intact. Getting a little worrisome here, but so far, I mean, it still looks fine. As long as you don't start taking these wicks out and closing below them meaningfully, then I think this thing still pushes up. Yeah, you're still technically uptrending here too, so this one is pretty much just going sideways though, right here on the 12-hour. Daily. I mean, daily chart doesn't look bad. I mean, some people, they probably say, hey, that's a lower high, right? But, I mean, it's pretty much what you had here too, but you put in a higher low and you kept putting in higher lows. So for me, it's mostly about the lows, not the highs. So if you start taking out the lows, as you can see, like every daily close has been a higher low, right? Every single time. So if you start closing the daily below this area at 6.94, then I think you start to have more problems. I think a nice ton long would be right at this daily level right here because you already hit the top of that order block. So something like that. If you get a wick down there, I think that would look pretty fantastic. You could catch a nice move here. And then I mean, we just looked at ton. Yeah, we can take a look at Brit. Daily chart on Brit. Still holding this daily support zone here. Go to a lower time frame. I don't like the rejection here. I want to see it get back above this level at 0.131. I do think that, if you get another spike down to these lows, you could catch a pretty good wick. So I'd have my alert set there. I think you could take a long off these 12-hour closes down here. AIOZ. Let's look at the daily chart. So above 0.34, I think this one looks fine. I will say I don't like that it's getting back below the 200 moving average and EMAs here. I think that's kind of worrying. You do have daily bull divs. So honestly, if you start closing below 3.4, I would probably get out of this one. Especially if you got into spot at any of these lower prices, if you caught any of this move, definitely take some profits. Yeah, it's the 200 EMA and the 200 moving average. So this is total 3. Total 3 looks good. I mean, it looks okay. I wouldn't necessarily use the word good. Above 560 billion. Overall, the big boss comes in this supply zone up here. So, really got to see this getting flipped back to support if you want to see altcoins push higher. Because right now, under that zone, I think you could definitely see some lower prices, even somewhere around 471. So far, no big problems yet. But if you start losing and breaking down from this zone, then that would be no bueno. And then total market cap, this is pretty much mirroring Bitcoin here, guys. So you want to see total, of course, get back above these EMAs and get back above this support resistance zone. This is pretty much the same as Bitcoin though. So any other things you guys want to look at together? I know you guys have some stuff you want to look at. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Sand? Yeah, let's look at sand. Sand is actually in kind of a good place, not gonna lie. You never even closed back below these previous bear market lows. So this is how I'll say it. You could take a trade here, aim for the top of this zone, and I would just cut it if you actually do close a daily back below here. Close a daily back below, get out of the trade. Maybe later, if it reclaims it on the daily, then you could look at another trade. So it'd be two separate trades. But right now, this isn't looking too bad, not gonna lie. The best time to trade altcoins when there's uncertainty in BTC. Honestly, like while there's uncertainty in BTC, you don't necessarily want to be trading altcoins all too much because most of the time, Bitcoin, even though there's some decorrelation, like with ETH today, for example, usually if Bitcoin is pushing down, altcoins are doing the same thing. And if Bitcoin has like $1,000 dump, altcoins are going to do the same thing. Sure, we can take a look at gold. So, looking at gold here, volume profile. I don't know if it was here where I looked at it, but someone asked me about it. I told him we were bouncing nicely off the point of control here and that you could take a long to the value area high. So that worked out. But honestly, like where I'd be looking next for a trade is look to possibly take a short here at this daily level. Because this would be a nice risk reward short. And this is pretty much just would be continuing the range here on gold. Now, in terms of like overall data, like I don't know, is there like if there's like a gold catalyst coming up that you guys think could help push prices up? and that kind of changes how I view gold. If there's a catalyst coming up, it's very possible that gold pushes higher here and breaks that value area high and breaks above that daily level, but all I know is what I see on the chart. So, yeah, I got you. All right, guys. Short and sweet stream today. I hope you guys have a good rest of your week. Have a good Wednesday. We looked at a pretty good amount of coins today. Hopefully, I got to all your requests. But yeah, have a great rest of your week, and I'll catch you guys for another stream next Wednesday. All right. Appreciate you, app, and see y'all soon. All right. Peace. Thanks, guys.